Is it on anything good? Space Jam, the new one?
Maybe it's
what do
on
you-
HBO.
Is that where
No?
it is? It's been a while
I have
since
no
I
idea.
saw it. It was on HBO at the time when it like first came out, but it's been a while now. Yeah, yeah. Anywho, for those as we just started the podcast, I was mentioning to Winch that he looks like Bill Murray of Space Jam right now because he's got the T-shirt underneath the jersey, black hat, just enough to have it at the hairline. It's just perfect. It was perfect. So I
Game
had
time.
to call it. Got the new Damian Lillard jersey on, looking sharp. Good call. That's a fun team. Like I wanted to watch more, but I just saw the stat line and a couple highlights from that first one where
Yeah, he just went off.
yeah, like it was just nuts. It's exciting though. That's like I think that makes a very well balanced team in the NBA. Like you don't want to call it a super team necessarily, but I mean, I guess on paper they probably look like it, but still, it just seems like you got two well balanced like athletes that have different skills of the game, kind of thing. I guess so. I think
Yeah,
that's what makes it
they
fun.
complement each other perfectly.
Yes.
I mean, you
Is
got
he's
Giannis down low, and then you got Dame time, and you got him as the closer.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
need Giannis to be trying to go down the lane and at the last 2 minutes of a game, we know what he's going to do, and then they just either foul him or he just goes in there all chaotic and misses. So,
Right.
Yep.
I think it's going to be great.
It addresses their two biggest needs from the offseason, a 3-point shooter and a closer. So it's exactly what they needed, and that pick and roll is going to get dangerous when they figure it out.
Mhm.
So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the perfect time of year. We got college football, we got the NFL, we got the NBA coming back. We still got obviously baseball World Series. Well, that's over basically, but there's all the sports at once. Hockey.
Yep. Hockey, baby. Devils are third favorite for the cup right now.
Really?
Jack Hughes is like the number one player in the league. I'm just so back
That's
on hockey, and I fucking love it. Like it's just so fun to love hockey again.
Who's your team? Is it the Wild or the
Devils.
Blackhawks?
I'm the
The
Devils?
Devils?
New Jersey
I
Devils,
was way
baby.
off.
Yeah.
That's my buddy's favorite team too. I don't understand it.
It's a 90s thing.
It is. It's a very, very 90s, very early 2000s team right there where they were just like the shit.
I feel like you had to be born early 90s because then you'd been like, that's the prime time. Same with the Hurricanes for me. It's just like, just time's up. If you look at like when they were good, when you're impressionable as a kid and pick your team, just all kind of correlates. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like Alabama, fucking Patriot fans and all that shit now that I love Tom Brady.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Not now the team itself.
We got to stick with it. That's how I've always.
Right.
I like players, but I only have obviously my home teams, but I like players.
Yeah.
See, when I was growing up, I still like the Brewers, but my favorite players, it was like Ken Griffey Jr. Like even today, my favorite players don't even play on my favorite teams. It's it's kind of weird.
I think that sums up my relationship with baseball. Is I've always been a player guy more than a team guy. Like I just associate I loved Prince Fielder so much. Like he was just my favorite player for the longest time. And then numerous Red Sox made me part of that fan club. But otherwise, I jumped around a lot. It seemed almost like bandwagonish at times, but it was just because I liked electric players like Tim Lincecum and like Brian Wilson. When they were on the same team,
if
that was
you're
sick.
liking the player, you're not because even if they lose,
right?
Like
I'm not. Yeah.
Like I like Patrick Mahomes, but if the Chiefs lose, I'm not like, oh God,
right.
Oh no. Like I'm not. It's not like that.
That's
now, if I have money on them, well,
that's how I am with the NFL though. Is I don't have a team, so that's where it's like matchup by matchup. I could tell you who I'm going to choose or who I'd like to win, but when I was at the Packer game on Sunday, which I know we'll get into, I wasn't certainly cheering for the team in green.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to convince him to wear purple, but he wouldn't do it.
I didn't have any Packers, so I went all Wisconsin. I basically wore what I wore to the game the night before.
basically what I wore all day too. It took me
Yeah,
forever to get into the shower that day.
it's one of those days.
All right, so we missed last week. We took a bye ourselves here to sum up week 7 and give our predictions to week 8. Still made our picks. The pick race got a little closer from this last week, which was exciting. I was ahead by 1, and now it's back tied between Travis and myself. And Winch, I think, gained 2 spots as well. So yeah, we got a little tighter, which is exciting down the road.
Two.
News. Let's get in some news, shall we?
News flash, asshole!
Lots to discuss.
Yes, lots to discuss. Number 1, Kirk Cousins going down in the third quarter in Green Bay. Achilles injury. Out for the rest of the season. Had a successful surgery yesterday. And
Must have been that turf.
yeah, right. Must have been that turf. And the Vikings went and traded for a quarterback. They got Josh Dobbs from Arizona. Not expected to start this next week against the Falcons, which is fine. Let them learn the offense a little more before they start them, or even see what the rookie Jaren Hall can do. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of trade deadline moves. Nothing like crazy. I thought there was more exciting ones last year than there was this year. I mean, the names that were kind of written down for the most part were, the Commanders being big sellers. They got rid of Montez Sweat to the Bears, which Travis, I'm glad he said it before I did. Like, what the hell are the Bears doing? Why are the Bears doing it? You're nothing. But granted, you have once again the most cap space next year, so I guess you can sign them
I
for
feel like
long term. But yeah,
I feel like this is like happening every year. Like last year, we said the same thing, and then they traded a second round pick for Chase Claypool, and now he's not even on their team.
Right.
And we kept saying, "Oh yeah, they got the most cap space." Blah blah blah. And then this year, well, they suck again, and then they go and trade a guy that is on the last half of his contract. Like he's literally on the last year of his contract. So he's got 8 games left. So do they have a deal in place, or are they just going to franchise him? Or I understand he's a good player, but is that really going to solve all your guys' needs? Like, if you're going for it, okay, but like you guys are going for last, so I don't know. I just wouldn't have made that move, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand it. And then 49ers
keep their fans happy. I mean,
God, man, it's terrible. I mean,
they got nothing this season. They already know,
right? But I feel like the backup was it Tagent
Fields. I mean that they got
yeah. They need a bench Fields. I thought maybe a trade would happen there. We thought Kyler Murray was going to get traded. That didn't happen. Like
I wish they would have. I mean, if you're the Bears, is the value Fields going to be higher at the end of the season or now? Because you're going to end up.
I don't think there's really that much value there.
Right.
You're going to end up with one of the top 3 picks. There's just no doubt about it. So you're going to end up with a chance to take a quarterback, and you're going to tell me you're going to pass on a quarterback to take a left tackle, wide receiver. What are you gonna do?
If I'm a team, the only way I would want Justin Fields is if I literally treated him like Taysom Hill. And I don't think he's as tough as him, so I just don't. He's not a full-time quarterback. He can play quarterback. He can do some things. Like he's dynamic.
Cordell Stewart, remember him?
Yeah, I don't want him as my full-time quarterback. It'd be cool to have him as a gadget play, like every 5 plays a game. Like, you don't know what you're getting. But other than that, I just
Yeah, so neither one of those quarterbacks went. Chase, which I think you were just about to mention there, Lee, obviously went to the Commanders to the Niners. I thought that was the trade of the day, of course. The rich get richer.
Yep.
goes back to playing with his old buddy, Nick. They both played at Ohio State together. So that's an insane defensive line already. And now they had Chase Young, who is played well when he's healthy. Now that's just he's got to stay healthy. So
Right.
that's a
John Lynch with another home run.
I was gonna say a third round pick. That's a fucking steal.
He was first overall pick, wasn't he?
Second.
Second?
Yeah.
Second.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean,
Hell, wild.
he's played well when he's played too. It's not like he's kind of bust by any means.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have such.
I mean, he's not the
more
second
drive
pick overall, though.
Right. Yeah. Not
Well,
overall number wise,
that potential.
but yeah, I think he's got more drive though. I mean, you're a contender. I mean, granted, this team's lost 3 games in a row now, but you're still promising team. Like, you're most likely going to win your division, unless just everything goes fucking haywire. But yeah, I think he's in the best spot now than he's ever been for team success. Individual stats probably be complemented by assists and opportunities of distraction. Like, Bosa's getting double teamed or something, and then he comes around. Like, I think there might be more opportunity for him to succeed there. So it's like McCaffrey.
Yeah,
it's like you go from the number 1 guy just getting all the touches, and then we're also gonna just move you to a team that's gonna use you to your absolute best ability, in every way best that they can, and you're gonna be almost even better. It's just wild. So I'm not saying it's going to be as successful as the McCaffrey trade, but yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it's still going to make a pretty big impact, I think.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, he's going to be facing no double teams because, I mean, you double team him, then what? You're not going to double team Bosa? Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. What else we have? Leonard Williams, trade to Seattle. I thought that was a good move. I like that one. Rasul Douglas, like right at the trade line, trade to the Bills. That was surprising. I didn't know the Packers were looking to move on from him. I didn't hear any even rumors at all that Douglas would be traded. So, did you hear anything?
I mean, Goody basically said today in his press conference that they weren't trying to trade him. The Bills are the ones that reached out, and then they got a third-round pick, and they said, I mean, we think Rasul's a good player and everything, but, I mean, if we can get a third-round pick, couldn't pass up the opportunity, even though we don't know how to use third-round picks. So that's the problem with this. But, I mean, Rasul was probably playing the best out of everybody in that secondary, honestly. So that kind of sucks in that aspect. But overall, I wanted them to get rid of Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, maybe even just start selling. I mean, what is our? I just still don't know we'll get into that.
We can get into that right now.
I just don't know what their direction is. Like, what are they trying to do? Like, do they think they're going to be successful next year? Like, I'm seeing Nate Hackett type fucking team right now. Like, also, you guys know who Nick Wright is?
Yep.
Yeah.
FS1. He does do you ever see that quarterback hierarchy thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to do that on this with coaching.
Okay.
And I would kick like 16 of the coaches just off the cliff. They're not even on the cliff. That's how bad we are with the state of the NFL and I think coaching. They're so dumb. That's why Dan Campbell, he's awesome because he's a football guy. He's
That's why for the
we
Raiders.
need to be analytics. We need to do this. No, just fucking play football and make the right decisions at the right times instead of, well, it's 4th and 1 here. The percentages say this. No, what do the percentages say in that particular moment when you're fucking having a game like Brandon Staley had where you're not moving the ball? And, yeah, let's run the ball. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like the NFL has a coaching problem really bad, and it starts in Green Bay. And I also want to say to all my haters out there, you were right. Aaron Rodgers was the coach of this team, and the reason he would always look pissed off and go, what are we doing, is because of what we're watching right now. So I apologize. I still don't want him on my team. That I just apologize though, because he literally was the offense and he was running it and he was literally dictating everything. And Matt LaFleur is an idiot. He's an incompetent idiot. I've seen enough. I haven't seen enough of Jordan Love because I don't think he has anything around him to work with. I don't know. Just incompetence. Just pure incompetence.
What do you think? What do you want the season to look like from here on out?
Well, I'd like him to get more first downs before the fourth or fifth drive of the game. I think this past week they had 0 first downs on the first 4 drives, something like that. I don't know. And then maybe score a touchdown in the first halves. I don't know. That'd be cool. Maybe look like you're an NFL caliber team instead of a high school team like Green Bay West. Matt LaFleur said today that we want to come on with a championship to execute with a championship mentality, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I ain't even seeing you guys execute at a college level. So I don't know what you're talking about with this championship level bullshit is, because this ain't it. This ain't it. And I just want to see improvement. I want to see Jordan Love be a little more accurate down the field, and I want to see his players catch the ball.
Yeah.
I think I had a video where I saw in just that game, Sunday, 8 or 9 drops.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple where, the defender's making a little contested play, but it still hits the guy in the hands. So when Rodgers makes that play, they go, perfect throw. Oh, God. Because then if they catch it, but then they don't catch it, and they're like, the Love haters say, well, bad throw. Well, no, it wasn't a bad throw. It was a good throw. It hit him right in the midst. Sure, it might have been good coverage, but you got to catch the ball. Christian Watson, I mean, yeah, he's in double coverage, but when you go up over people and you have the ball right here in your midst and you drop it, no excuses. It's still right in your bread basket. Catch the damn ball. I don't understand it. It's hard for me to judge Jordan Love. I mean, yes, there's some bad throws, of course, but how can I judge him when there was a video they showed, I think this was like the first drive of the game. He's running an RPO. Well, he didn't hand it off. He goes to throw the ball, and you see the receivers, and they're all just going to block. Yeah. They're all going to block. There's nobody wearing the route. And so then there's a guy that comes around, gets him by the ankle, and he gets away from it, somehow just throws a miraculous play down the right side of the field, and he completes the pass, but then there was an illegal man downfield as well. So these guys didn't even go out for the pass. He somehow ran around, made a play, threw a perfect ball. The guy miraculously did catch it, but then there's an illegal man downfield as well. So didn't run the right route. Then there's a guy illegally downfield. And, yeah, I mean, it's just the sum of, and I get it. On an RPO, that might have an illegal man downfield because they didn't expect him to scramble around. So I get that part. But it's just that's coaching. That's not having your players prepared. That's the first series of the game, and you don't even know what you're doing running an RPO.
Do you think players are quitting on him yet?
Yes.
I think so, because
I think Jair's. I don't know, man. I'm.
Jair was a classic example. He got roasted by Addison.
Oh, he did. And then did you see him after the game in his press conference or at his locker?
No.
Every single question.
I saw a little bit.
I don't know. And then after, apparently, though, he said the reason he's not answering any questions is because he don't want the PR team to come talk to him again because, I guess he's been, when he said the whole defense where we feel like we can't give up a touchdown right now to try to win games or something, and then he got talked to about that, and now he's just they're like, what do you think this team needs to get better or whatever? And he goes,
we don't need
I think we have everything.
Yeah. He was about to say something, and then
and he's like, I know, I think we have everything.
I think we got everything.
And then they're like, we know that you can't think that's true.
Right.
And he goes, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? But I don't know. Yeah, he got burnt against Addison. And then they asked him about the play, and he's like, he came out of the backfield, and It was just a really good play. That's how he sounded. I don't know, man. He's a trip. When you're making plays, you can be stupid, but when you're not, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like, yes, they're quitting on him.
I do too.
And you know what? I might want to quit on him too when, I don't know, he just doesn't seem competent.
That's the hard part. Is like you're also trying to feel love at the same time as a head coach. So then it's like, where do you place the blame?
Yeah, what variable do you need to actually work on? Yeah.
Like that's where I actually think it was smart what the Raiders did. Axie McDaniels, now you got the rest of the season. Play Aiden O'Connell and see what happens, and let her play out. Certainly can't be worse than what happened in the first few games.
Right, dude.
You know,
the Raiders are such a sad organization. Like the last few years, you know, you get the whole Ruggs situation, and then a little bit before that, it seemed like it was just kind of going downhill. Now you got like $80 million you're paying coaches that don't work for you anymore. That's fucking crazy. You got one of the best receivers in the league history, probably Devontae Adams, who just isn't getting the ball and like can't get the ball placed to him within like a 10-yard radius. You know, it's just like terrible. And he wants to be a Raider. He wants to represent that fucking name on the front of the jersey, and they're doing nothing for him. They're doing nothing for him. I actually feel bad for that guy. And the Jets called to try to get him. I was
the problem though with the Raiders is that they can't fire the guy that makes all the decisions. So
yeah, right.
He's the owner. So you're gonna have this problem until he isn't the owner anymore, because he obviously doesn't know what the F he's doing. Literally doesn't. And Josh McDaniels, why do people think that we can get retreads of like quarterbacks and think, this is going to be great? He was on literally one of the best teams and he couldn't win. Like, I don't have anything against Garoppolo, but like, I wouldn't go sign him to be like, yeah, this guy can lead us to like something. Like, no, he can't. I would rather have Derek Carr.
I was going to say to get rid of Carr, who Adams is there to play with.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that Monday night game?
Yeah, he missed a 98 and a 60-yard touchdown to Adams.
Who's the guy on Pat McAfee that likes the Packers? Schmidt or
Ty. Yeah.
Ty Schmidt. Yeah.
Yep.
He was impersonating, I think, Marv or Brenly or whatever. The guy that did the game for us. We were obviously at the game, so we didn't hear him. But the guy that was calling the game, he was like impersonating him on Halloween. And he asked, I forget who he asked. Oh, I think he asked Aaron Rodgers, like, so, do you think Devontae needs to go somewhere else? And the voice he was doing, it was great, actually. And he's like, because Monday night he had about 180 yards and 2 touchdowns missed out there because it was that bad, dude. He was wide open on these throws.
Just throw it to the hash. You don't even need to do anything special. He had him beat by 5 yards. Just throw it to the hash.
I felt even bad for him. I'm like, oh my God. But you know what? He chose that. He did choose that.
He did. Yeah.
We obliged. The Packers obliged and said, fine, we will give you exactly what you want. And he even said there was no animosity with the Packers either. He's like, that was all blown out of proportion. Like, it wasn't like we're divorcing, or it was just he wanted to go there.
I believe that. It's kind of like
the problem though is like when you want to go play with your best friend, your judgment is clouded. This is what happens because Derek Carr isn't the Raiders. The Raiders are the Raiders. The back of the jerseys change. Like, it's no set in stone that Carr is going to be there, even though he did have a lot of money there. And I don't know. Josh McDaniels is a moron. That's why he got fired.
Patriots will probably hire him back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Patriots will hire him back.
Needs him.
Fucking Raiders will probably bring Carr back next year. Like, it'll just be the same old shit. They'll be like, welcome home, buddy. We're sorry about that. And he'll be, Adams and him will be buddy-buddy again. They'll be, 9-8 at best, and same shit will just keep going on until they retire. Like,
Fair. Yes, sir.
nothing's gonna change. Hopefully Josh Jacobs gets the ball more and is more effective like he was, so I can do better in fantasy. That's other than that, I don't know. That's what you can hope for the Raiders, I guess. Yeah, but to talk about the Viking side of that game, it felt really good to get up early and by multiple scores early. I really did not want to give that touchdown up later. I was really hoping it was going to be 24-3 in that game. Just to have a blowout that the Vikings haven't had since 2019. They still got up by 2 touchdowns and kept it to that. But even the drive that the Packers had before Kirk got hurt, I felt like the momentum was kind of shifting. Like the Vikings offense wasn't really moving, but the Packers were having like open receivers or receivers who should be getting the ball at least, maybe a couple bad throws by Love. And it's like they've had so many opportunities to come back in this game, and they blew every single one of them. So it was like I was expecting the comeback just because the Vikings were just like, here's a lull. Kirk's now hurt, so offense is going to be 3-and-out, 3-and-out. It's just they got like 2 first downs with Jaron Hall in there. It was like, man, we need to kill clock as fast as we fucking can, and it wasn't happening, and we're just giving the Packers ample amount of time and opportunities, and they just weren't able to execute on them at all. And I was like, well, thankful for that, but with Kirk going down, the season is once again a question mark. Like it was hope for the last 2 weeks. We're like, wow, we beat the 49ers, we beat the Packers, like we're right back in this bitch. Like we were thinking out of the next like 7 games, we should be able to win probably 5 of them. And then you beat the Packers and the 49ers, you're like, holy shit, we could probably win 7 of these games. Like, we can go on a fucking tear, be like 8-4, and, potential to, fight for the division even. Not just the playoff spot. And then Kirk goes down and you're just like back to dreaming for a quarterback next year, I guess. I don't know. And then it just, I don't know. The feels you get of what Cousins, has put into the team and what kind of guy he is. I almost want him back now, which sucks too to say. Like I was all ready to abandon ship and get over the Kirk Cousins, experiment that I've been calling it for the last how many years, to just have it kind of washed away. And, that being potentially the last time you see Cousins in a Vikings jersey is kind of weird. Don't know how to feel about it, unless Jaron Hall's a fucking stud. It's hard to see the future in it, but
so that really happened in the third quarter?
Yeah, it was late in the third quarter. Yeah.
Okay, I was probably taking a piss because I left like fourth quarter.
Oh, I thought you left third.
Yeah,
quarter.
I left like right at the end, like right when there was 15 minutes left. I was like, "Hey Tim,
yeah, there was 10 minutes
anymore. I'm out."
Third, I think.
And then I had my little. Sorry about that, by the way. A PSA. Sorry for the Snapchat I sent to everybody. I don't know what I was doing. I was highly intoxicated and obviously in a rage of anger, and I don't know even what I said, but for whatever I said, I am very sorry.
We expect nothing less, and we love you for it.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I don't know which I look forward to more, the Vikings winning the game or the Snapchat I was about to receive.
I didn't expect the Snapchat as soon as I did. Like it was like Travis walking out, and you're like, the game's still going on. What the fuck's going on?
I just said, did you get kicked out again?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, no. Even though there was a Karen in front of me, literally wouldn't allow us to didn't want us to swear, didn't want us to say bad things about the team. She's like, I drove a long way and I don't want the negativity around me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, then tell them to play better. Yeah, it was an experience.
Yeah.
So hopefully I won't ever see her again there. She's not usually there, but I know my buddy said when he left, he told her, "I hope you never come back. Thank you." It was good.
Yeah, she probably won't. That's fine. But yeah, what an interesting game. Bittersweet to get a win against the Packers. That's what I'll say. Really, that sums it up.
Yeah,
Bittersweet.
with the Kirk news. I mean, that was rough.
That's terrible. And then fucking Kirk doesn't even get surgery where Rodgers went. I was like, brother, you could be back so soon. Like, look at Rodgers. He's coming along. He's looking pretty damn good getting on the field. I'm like looking up the doctor. I'm like, all right, he's an LA doctor. He's worked on these guys. And then they're like, yeah, I went to Twin Cities Orthopedics fucking down the road from the practice facility. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Classic Kirk. My local guys.
Yeah, he's like, I got to get to practice in like 5 minutes here. Film room. God.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
It is.
But speaking of, I saw an article today that said 3 teams that might be in on Kirk Cousins next year, and the Packers were one of them.
I actually have a Madden league. I have a Madden league where Cousins played for the Packers. Don't know how it ended up. I released him, I think, and then they picked him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Fuck,
I
Jordan
play him
Love,
twice a year." Yeah, I don't.
It was this year's version.
Yeah, it was this year. Yeah, I released him like right away. Like as soon as we got him, I'm like, bye. And I just simmed the regular season. We got the first overall pick, and I got Caleb Williams. Kirk was on the Packers. Yep, it was surprising. I was like, all right, let's go. I just didn't. I thought this year was going to be a train wreck, so I was like, I don't even want to play this year. The fucking sim it a year. Terrible. All right, let's move on to some other games, shall we? Jaguars versus Steelers. The Jags, hottest team in the league right now with five straight wins, I think. Yeah, that's crazy.
They're not doing it very pretty.
They're not.
I have Trevor Lawrence in my fantasy,
right.
And he is not doing – I'm starting Jordan Love over him, and he's doing better than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing complimentary football. They're winning these 27.
I don't like it.
27-17, 20-10, 24-14 type of games. That's what they're playing. But Josh Allen is quietly having his best season he's ever had. Their defense is really good. Rashawn Jenkins, former Miami Hurricane, is balling out this season. I like them a lot. ETN's having his best year.
Yeah, he started kind of slow too, so I wasn't sure.
They might have snuck into my power rankings.
You want to see my power rankings? I got 8 teams on it right now. Just trying to decide.
8? You got 8 teams, huh?
Jesus.
Not 5. Needs 8.
I'm just deciding what to
decide.
Man.
It's crazy. It's crazy that we skipped a week, and it was so drastic from the 2 weeks ago to now. Like I got 2 teams that weren't on it, that weren't in my top 5, and
I got a couple teams that are off the thing, even though one of them didn't really do much to not lose.
Right.
But I still knocked them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a couple like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It mixes it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Other games.
Yeah, I got the. I want to talk about. Broncos.
What a win!
Broncos, 2 wins in a row. Like, what the hell? What's going on there?
The Packer one, we're like, okay. But, then the Chiefs, what?
Yeah.
Bleep.
That was an incredible defensive performance in that game.
It was.
Well, they held them to 9 points.
Yep. Yeah.
When's the last time Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown in a game and 2 picks? Is this the first one ever he's had?
Is it because Taylor Swift wasn't there?
Yeah, it must be, because it definitely was brought up like 10 times.
It seems like they ball when she's there, and when she ain't there, they don't do shit.
Yeah. Kelsey gets like double the yards when she's there.
Yes.
Which I'm like, that's crazy.
Some to it, man. They get their adrenaline pumping when Taylor's in the building.
Yeah, so they got to show out.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Should we be concerned with the Chiefs? I mean, they lost to the Colts last year too, and we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So like they do this, so it's not like.
Yeah, I ain't worried.
But I will say Patrick Mahomes is not playing Patrick Mahomes football. He's playing a little reckless.
Yep. Not worried.
He's got 15 touchdowns, 8 picks.
I didn't realize he had that many picks. Good God. That's like, what's his nuts?
Looks
Hurts.
like
Jalen
Tyler Van Dyke, fucking Miami's quarterback.
Jalen Hurts has, what, 8 picks as well or something right now? At least, I think.
Probably.
Like, it's like, what the hell is going on? I don't have my numbers on me.
Well, Miami's quarterback has 8 picks in the last 3 games, so
Jesus.
they've won 2 out of 3 of those somehow.
Then they lost to Virginia.
No, they won.
Oh, they did. They did beat Virginia. Okay.
Last 2 weeks won in overtime because he had 3 and 2. 0 touchdown passes. I told him to run the ball a million times a game.
Another team sneaking up the power rankings, the Ravens.
Yep,
The Ravens, they're quiet. They're quiet. Yeah, they're like you said, they're sneaking. Literally, like it is quiet. I can't even see it.
Lamar Jackson playing good football.
He's playing good football. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like you look at the record and you're like, holy shit! I forgot the Ravens are winning games. Like they're stacking up games.
Yep.
I mean that game a week ago that we didn't even get to talk about, the Detroit manhandling of them. 38-6.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Unfortunately, there's. Oh, go ahead.
The best part about it is I feel like they're loading up with young talent. Like they keep drafting well with Flowers, and then they had Kyle Hamilton last year. A lot of these younger players are showing out for them. Like Mark Andrews has obviously been there. Lamar has been there as a steady Eddies. Gus just went off for the last few games here too. They got some young talent, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
And you got Odell throwing his helmet though.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Cut him.
They paid him $15 million? Why?
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
Puts
just for the name?
Asses in seats or something.
I guess so.
The guy's worthless.
Yeah, he's just an afterthought.
Last time he's
just
done
an
anything?
afterthought.
When's the last time he did anything? Like
Super Bowl, Rams.
Touchdown for the Rams Super Bowl. One
ago.
touchdown.
Then he got hurt. Then he's never been good again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the next game that we got to talk to, I got to bring it up. Titans versus the Falcons. Will Levis.
Wow.
I have that on here.
About fucking time they play him.
What a debut.
What a debut.
Never expected anything like that.
Yeah. D-Hop's like, thank God I haven't getting the ball for shit. And then he goes.
He just chucks up here.
Yeah.
Why didn't he play earlier, though? Was this like a fluke? That's the thing. I don't know. Like,
we'll see.
They played Willis
right.
before this. Like, why?
Yeah. That's what I didn't really understand.
That's why I wasn't expecting much. I'm like, oh, man, he must be bad in practice. Maybe he's one of those that, doesn't really play in practice, though, and can ball in games. There's a guy named Brett Favre that could do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck practice. I'm chucking the ball. He did look like Favre a little bit.
Yeah.
He did.
Just tossing it the fuck out there.
Like D-Hop, one-on-one. See ya.
D-Hop, make a move on that receiver, and the ball will be there.
I didn't expect
just gotta
it, but man.
make space. And D-Hop
4
did.
touchdowns, no picks. 19-29. I'd say that's a pretty good stat line for your rookie debut.
Yep.
Must have been because he shed that girlfriend.
Yeah. Right?
I hope he keeps it up.
Seen so many memes of that since the
man. They were like, who's more famous now? Her.
Yeah.
From the draft.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy.
Oh, feel so bad for him. Oh, how is he ever going to recover?
Yeah, especially in Nashville.
Yeah. Oof.
You got like 500 bachelorette parties a weekend.
Every weekend, yes.
And you're like, yeah, I'm a third stringer for the Titans. I And then now it's like, yeah, I just dominated my
I'm the
first
starter.
game. I'm the starter.
You might know me.
I got 4 TDs, no picks.
Yep. No big deal. Next game, I just want to touch on. Panthers get the first win over the Texans. Way to go. Way to go. Panthers already lost that first pick. Arizona now has it. So it's just
They want that back. They want Caleb's.
I just
I
love
picked
it.
the Texans in my spread circa thing, and yeah, that didn't work out.
Oh, no.
That's why I can't celebrate their win. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. I just love that it fucks over the Bears. Bears don't have number 1 anymore.
That what?
That's why. It fucks over the Bears. Bears don't have number 1 pick anymore because Panthers won. So
Don't worry, the Packers are sneaking in there. Don't you worry. We're on the fast track. That's where our development's going. Christ.
Packers like to stay between about 10 and 15. That's where they'll land.
Right where the Vikings.
This year we might be in that top 5.
No.
I don't know if you've
What
ever
are you
seen
right
a team
now? You're like
as bad as ours on offense in the first half of games. Oh, no, you haven't, because historically we're the worst.
Where are you?
True. I don't think they have like 2 first downs in the first half.
Do they even have that? I mean, Jesus. It was like the last drive when Anders Carls misses the extra or the field goal, and I'm like, you got to be kidding. But then we luckily got bailed out somehow, and then he gets to re-kick.
Yeah.
Wow. They took the picture of the fan cam. I put it on my Snapchat, and my buddy's like, what? And then I'm like, you can just, dude, they pick up the perfect times for that shit so far. Both games.
Yeah, Packers currently have 6th pick.
See, I told you we're working our way down. Don't you
They're
worry.
in front of the Commanders, the Rams, the Raiders, the Colts, the Broncos. Yeah, a lot of the teams ahead. Like Cardinals are number 1. They need a quarterback. Panthers technically don't need a quarterback, I think, in their eyes. Giants, really curious. I think they
need a quarterback.
Yeah, it's like I think you see the writing on the wall. Patriots need a quarterback. Bears need a quarterback. So it's like I could see some trades out though for the right price. I'd love
straight up to get Drake May or fucking what's that guy's name with a P?
Penix.
Penix, yeah.
He's my boy.
I don't even want Caleb Williams.
I want Penix. He's my guy.
I feel like Caleb is just
I was telling Lee about him this weekend. I was like, I feel like he's Tua, but more elevated. Yeah. Quick throw, accurate, can throw a deep ball, a good leader. His team rallies around him. Like a non-BS guy that just shows up and works. He hasn't done jiu-jitsu yet, so we got to get him in that.
Yeah, as long as he knows how to fall, I'm glad to have him.
Practice falling. That's going to be part of the combine now. Just a drill.
Yeah.
You whip your head.
Can you snap your head backwards against the ground here? Or we want to get an impact reading. How hard you hit.
I could see that. I could sadly see that.
What else we got here?
You go to 15 degrees or 14.6.
What's the velocity on that? How many G's are you whipping your head
Ooh,
back
that
here?
was too much of whiplash. You're out. Sorry, you don't know how to land on your back.
That guy's gonna die.
Your hands are way too small. Your neck vertebrae inflection is way too much.
Speaking of dying, though, not to change the subject here for one.
You just went there just
second.
Bob Knight.
But no.
You going to the hockey player?
Yeah, R.I.P. to Bob Knight as well. He just passed away right before we went on live on the broadcast here. But hockey.
Yeah.
Pure murder right there, right? With that.
What happened?
For those of you following at home that don't know about this, but was this a Canada League or like a European League?
I think it's like a European League. I think
okay, they were in a European League, and former NHL player.
Former Penguin, yep.
Former Penguin. Was he the one that got...
He's the one who got killed, yeah.
He was the victim, okay.
Yep.
So they're playing, and all of a sudden, some dude's coming around, and he whips up his skate like 4.5 feet in the air and hits him right in the neck. cuts his neck,
Mhm.
and you just see the blood. Like there's blood, and then he's like up and he's trying to get off the ice, and they couldn't save him. Just slit his
Oh,
throat.
Mhm.
fuck.
Yeah.
Is that classified as a homicide?
I would
I was
at least manslaughter.
Yeah, that was the
That
headline of
was
the article that
total
I read.
intentional.
I didn't see that. You have to send it to me.
Yeah. I didn't see the video, but I saw the article and heard everything, obviously, but I
Wow.
didn't know if I wanted to see the video, so I didn't.
I mean, it doesn't like
I
you
tried to
can't.
stay away from it.
You
It's
can't.
not like
But
it's not
still,
like one of those like
I just didn't
horrible like you just know like you
graphic
see him
wise,
get
but
hit
yeah.
and then you just see this and then you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I didn't know that happened. When did that
Yeah.
happen? This weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Saturday or
Yeah, I think
Sunday.
Saturday.
That's terrible.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Very sad.
Yeah, I caught a clip of Gary Bateman, who's the commissioner of the NHL, on McAfee today, possibly talking about neck guards. And he said it's been a discussion for quite some time to have it. Players obviously have the choice to do it right now. It's not mandatory at all at the moment, but it's been constant conversation. So I wouldn't be surprised if it. I mean, it's kind of the last like really you need protection for this in hockey kind of thing. So I don't see why they wouldn't pretty shortly make them wear
You
neck
just
guards.
wouldn't think it would be for that.
Right. Yeah. Like I mean, yeah, it's usually pucks that you
Yeah.
know someone catches one in the neck, not a blade.
Not a skate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Man, that's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's I think it's Happy Gilmore or Jesus.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. I don't think I had any other games to talk about.
Let me look.
I guess
how
briefly
about
the Bengals 49ers.
that's what
Yeah, just the way that went. Niners lose their third in a row.
Bengals are on a roll. This is the
Yes,
same.
Bengals figured it out for sure.
Purdy is backtracking,
Yeah.
and I'm not wavering. I still think he's a very good player. So Nick Wright, go shove it. He's having his parade right now that he had three bad games, and he's all, man, see, I told you, Purdy, they're going to bench him. I'm like, dude, shut your fucking lips.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's playing not great right now, but
They're fine.
They'll be
They
okay.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're fine. Not even worried.
Yeah. There's a reason they traded 4 at the trade deadline
They're
and not
still on my
away.
list.
Yeah.
Still on the
Yeah.
list.
I think they'll still be there, but they did move out of my list.
Yeah, they did mine too.
I mean,
just 3 in a row. I mean, that's
I
that's
still think they're a
substantial.
top 3
No one
team,
else has
but
lost 3 games
as of right
in mine.
now, as of week 8,
Yep.
not so much.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, crazy. Like I said, what a jump from missing 1 week that we did. That just
It's 3 games in a row they lost.
yeah.
yeah, my top 5 has changed drastically.
Yeah, should we get into power rankings here?
Let's get into our power rankings.
Let's get into them power rankings. I still don't have a song for it.
Power Rangers.
Dude, it's so hard to edit music. I don't know how the fuck people do it. They have all these raw tracks or something where they can layer them, but to just get the music lined up just right, so you're not like a hair off where it fucks it up, or there's like a spike.
The thing is they
It's
have
so
a
hard.
producer that like
As a
when they say
professional,
a thing, they just play it right away. Like
yeah,
like
yeah.
Jim Rome, look at him. Like
yeah,
anytime he's talking about something, they already know. Hey, oh, like one of the sound bites will play because
yeah.
they must like go through what they're gonna say.
Yeah, I think they have like man, I'm trying to think of it. There's a podcast I listen to where they use sound bites like fucking crazy. And the way how fast they do them and cue them, like they must have them somewhat queued up, or I don't shortcuts where they can just be like, boom, this is this guy, you know, like, and have that all memorized or something. Like I can do 8 at a time until I have to switch screens, like manually switch it. And and it's like my board's not even. It's a reach. I'm doing like a foot and a half reach here, and I gotta lean over so I can read it. Like I don't have the best setup yet. I gotta figure that out. I'm thinking about getting a bigger desk. I think that's gonna help. I don't know. We'll see. I need more. I need better cameras. I think that's the biggest thing I need. I hate that I got to use the
need
fucking
a computer. Yeah.
yeah. But you know what I need for that? Then I need a better computer. It's like fuck. Who wants to sponsor this goddamn show? One-time sponsor. You'll be it for at least a contract of a year. All right. It's a lot of episodes.
If I could have the company sponsor this for you, Lee.
Get about 10
Please
views
do
a
it.
week. Hey.
We get about 10 times more than that. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But we haven't improved much in the last
We're
year.
growing.
That's for sure. We're not growing, but we're growing.
We're growing.
It's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp. All right.
It's funny though, when I'm at poker, like people ask me, like, you really have a podcast? And then they're like, what is it? And then they get their phones out and they do look at it and like they said they listen to it. So
yeah.
I mean, one guy actually said the guy that runs poker, he was like, yeah, I like Josh.
Yeah.
Says he likes your opinions, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
He was like, there was something we were talking about with hits or something, and he was like, yeah, man, I agree wholeheartly with what he was saying. Da 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 da.
Yeah, they're making a fucking non-contact sport. Lee got to hear that this weekend when I was yelling fucking take the cat off.
Dude, we were on that second deck, and they could definitely hear you down there for sure.
Yeah.
There's a loud fucker in Camp Randall.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into power rankings. But shout out to that guy for listening and following along. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Power rankings. I'll start out. Lions. I got you dropping 2 spots. Just because of that blowout with Baltimore. Got them in the number 5 spot, dropping 2. I still believe you're an impactful team. You can make fucking game-winning. You can win almost any game. Like I'm gonna choose you probably in every single game. So, 5th, 4th place. Like I said, they're on a streak. They're rolling up. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval Nation. You're welcome to the top 5, baby. Welcome to the top 5. Number 3, moving up 1 spot from my spot from 2 weeks ago. Kansas City Chiefs. They're fine. That's what I think. They're going to be fine. They did. They moved up from 2 weeks ago, by the way, not based off just last week. Number 2 spot, I got Miami still locked in number 2. I think I'm still one of those where it's like I could pick you to win any single game. Definitely going to pick you over the Patriots. I feel like Miami hasn't lost to the Patriots in years now. And then number 1, moving way up. I took you out of the top 5 for quite some time now. But the Eagles, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Eagles. You find ways to win games no matter what. It doesn't have to be pretty every single time. But yes, fly, Eagles, fly to the top spot. Number 1, 49ers out, completely out of mine. Losing those 3 games is brutal. And, they're not they ain't as good as they once was.
But I'm as good once
as I ever
was.
Yes.
I love it, Lee.
Yes. Thank you for finishing that up. I thought I was going to have to do it myself. All right. Who's up next? Travis?
I go.
All right. Which power ranking?
Let's hear it.
Starting at number 8. I'm just kidding.
Go power rankings.
We got our own voice over there. I'm going to keep the 49ers in my top 5. I'll be the only one. But I think they're the best team in the NFL still. They've had obviously 3 weeks of mediocrity, some better than others. I love the move they just made for Chase Young. I think Debo coming back is obviously going to help the team soon. Purdy's all right. They're overreaction a lot. You mentioned your boy Nick. I've heard some of his shit. Think they're good. CMC is the best player in the NFL through 8 weeks, in my opinion. And yeah, I like them. I think they'll rebound this week or they're off this week, but rebound next week and keep the ball rolling the rest of the season. Number 4, I got the Ravens. First time in my top 5. Baltimore play a complimentary football, as I said earlier. Lamar's having quietly a really good season. I love the players they've drafted as of late with Zay Flowers and Kyle Hamilton, one on each side, making big plays last week. Obviously, they came off the ass whooping of the Lions. Um, One of the most dominant wins this season. Um, the only thing I worry about with the Ravens is they're in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I think the Bengals will soon sneak up on this list for a lot of us if they keep performing the way that they have. And I don't see that train slowing down. And Pittsburgh, although their offense looks like Sister of the Blind, their defense looks like the Gridiron Gang, just out there slaying bitches. And so I don't know that they're going to have an easy road to finish. Their schedule is pretty soft to start. So, having said that, though, they're 6-2. They probably have one of the best wins in the season. So they're in the 4 spot. I'm going to stick with Detroit in the 3 spot. Although the Ravens beat them, I think Detroit's a better team overall. I trust they'll get better throughout the season, and I trust that Dan Campbell will get the boys going. I love what I saw from Jahmyr Gibbs. Get that boy the fucking ball.
Dude, Gibbs
Uh,
balled out.
God, I love him. Explosive, fun to watch. Amon-Ra. They just went and got what's the kid's name from Donovan Peoples-Jones, Michigan boy from now Cleveland. So yeah, I like what they're doing. I think they're making all the right moves. MCDC's got them in the spot he wanted to. Huge jump for me here. I'm proud to say it. Duval in fucking 2nd spot. This team has been on a roll quietly, has taken Europe by storm, and then has now taken America by storm. Their defense has played well. T-Law has played good enough to keep them where they, or T-Law has played good enough to keep them going. I mean, he hasn't balled out, but he's got the 2 touchdown type of game. Travis Etienne has been one of the most effective running backs the last few weeks in the NFL. I like just their style. They're big fan of Doug Peterson and what he does, and I think they're going to make a deep run this year. Number 1 on my list, which is going to leave off 2 teams that you guys are probably going to have on your list, is the Miami Dolphins. So I do not have the Eagles. I do not have Kansas City. Yes, they're both great teams. Maybe I lent towards the teams that I like the more, but I'm going to stick with these guys. So Miami, I think, is the most explosive offense in the NFL. My favorite head coach to watch right now. God, I could just any interview he does. If you didn't see his Jalen Ramsey one after the pick 3, interview that he did, I thought that was pretty creative. Yeah, Mike McDaniel's a great coach.
think I saw it.
Basically, Jalen said he's going to come back and get a pick 6, and then he did come back and get a pick, but he stepped out of bounds. So then Mike McDaniel's like, I didn't know they made pick 3s because they can't get a goal after that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Great culture there. I think he's built something special. They're getting healthier. They have the best offense. Defense can hang, and I think they're gonna finish this season strong. Their division is tough with the Bills, who've been up and down on this list too. It'll be a battle between the 2 of them, but that's my top 5. A lot of changes, a lot of teams I like in that top 5. I'd actually be happy if any one of those top 5 won the Super Bowl, but I have a feeling it's going to be the 2 that I left off the list that will be in contention.
Still there at the end.
Yep.
Okay. I got most of those teams in there as well, guys. Starting with number 5, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. As Josh just mentioned, they are on quite a win streak. They got 5 in a row. And like you said, they're playing complementary football. They're able to run the football. They're able to stop the run. And when you can do both of those things, you're going to be pretty successful in the NFL, even in today's game. Imagine that, Green Bay. Come on, let's go. Anyways, Travis Etienne, not only is his name great, but man, he has been unbelievable as a running back. So, number 5, Jaguars. And in my 4 spot, dropping 3 spots from Josh's number 1 spot. We got the Miami Dolphins coming in. Like you said, they are the most explosive offense in the NFL, no doubt, no question. But I still have very, very big question marks for when they actually play a team that can keep up with them, hit them in the mouth, punch them a few times, and then they don't really know what to do. They're kind of like the Packers of 2011, where it looked like we were awesome on offense. We went 15-1, and when anybody just boom punch you in the mouth, and we're like, holy shit, we're stunned, and they don't know what to do. So they got to get over that hurdle for me to really think that they're a top team. Top 5, good, but I don't know if they're really in that echelon of 1 or 2 because of that defense. I just don't know if they can hold teams down. Like, look at the Buffalo Bills when they played them. I mean, that was a high scoring game, right?
Mm.
What they scored? 48 points.
Yep.
So, I mean, and Buffalo hasn't been playing the greatest, but again, they have some guys that can punch you in the mouth, and they see how they respond. Number 3, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, still got the best player in the league. He's not playing like it right now, but I mean, I'm not worried about the Chiefs. I think they'll still be right there at the end. It'll be Bengals Chiefs AFC Championship game. I'm still calling that right now. Yeah, I just think Taylor Swift needs to come to more games probably so that they can play a little bit better, so they have that little juice and mojo. So when she's not there, they're like, do we really need to go at it? It's not that big of a deal. Our woman's not here. So, and number 2, we got a big high-flying climber here, the Baltimore Ravens, number 2 spot. The reason I have him here is I think Lamar Jackson's playing maybe the best football in the league right now. Not only is he able to be dynamic with running the ball, man, he's passing the ball. That's what I really see is
big changes here.
Even when he's missing guys, he's not missing them. They're dropping balls. Like, there was a couple games ago where they should have whooped the Pittsburgh Steelers and they ended up losing, but it's because there was like 4 drops in the end zone. And it was like guys like Andrews, and it was just like, what? So I just think Lamar Jackson is playing at an all-time high. They obviously still have that defense. Jim Harbaugh making some questionable decisions. Goes back to that whole coaching thing. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but even he makes these questionable decisions sometimes where I'm like, don't understand what you're doing there. But, hey, whatever. And then we got number 1. We got the Fly, Eagles Fly. They were out of the top 3 the last couple weeks, I think, but they are showing that they are still the Eagles, and I think they are still maybe the best roster in the league. A.J. Brown is an unbelievable beast. You got Jalen Hurts, who he's been throwing some interceptions, but, I mean, overall, he's just such a level-headed guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm never worried about him making stupid mistakes or anything like that. Not only that, they got the tush push. So anytime they got 1st and 9 every time they start with the ball. 1st and 9.
They had that fake of the tush push too that turned into a touchdown. Yeah. So not only have they improved the best play and most effective play in football, they even know how to fucking counter it and score a touchdown off of it. Like, I was like, you sons of bitches when I saw that. I was like,
I'm gonna say it right now. Well, maybe there's one other coach that I think might be better. Nick Sirianni to me is the best coach in the league. I love that guy. I don't. A lot of people hate him. That's fine.
His
That's
creativity
why I like him. Not only that, but I just love how he's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it like it is, and he fights for his guys, and he loves his guys, and he's very passionate. And that's again, like, I just feel like that's missing from the football. Like,
that's all.
We're hiring guys that aren't like
that's all
football players.
That's all it takes. That's why I'm excited for like Antonio Pierce and the fucking Raiders. Is like, hire a football guy. You know, MCDC, hire a football guy. Mike McDaniels, hire a football guy. They all love their players and will be the biggest advocate for their players. They take all the blame when they suck and don't perform up to their standard. It's not that difficult. But somehow you end up with these idiots. They're like, yep, it's team effort. We all got to perform better. Yep, Jimmy has to play better. It's like, what? Just say you sucked, okay? And the team has to get better, but you believe in the guys, okay? That's all you got to say. You sucked.
There's a formula to any question. Just follow the formula. Like when you go off it even slightly, is where you get yourself in trouble, right? Like it's just like you cannot point a finger whatsoever unless it's back at you. You know,
Right.
like it's always gonna get you in trouble. You're either gonna lose fans, you're gonna because the media is gonna present you that way, or you're gonna lose the locker room. So take
You gotta
accountability.
be talking to a mano a mano, not
Yeah,
fucking to the media.
exactly, exactly. But yeah, I agree with you, Travis. Sirianni's good shit. Like I'm starting to like Kevin O'Connell even more. Like his locker room speeches, he's very team oriented guy, and I really enjoy honestly his play calling. I think he's got a lot of creative plays that he pulls out of his fucking ass every once in a while that are effective. Sometimes you got an illegal man downfield, kind of like the Packers did, where it comes back. But you know what? I still appreciate the creativity and not just the cookie cutter predictable bullshit. So yeah, I really stand behind that.
To me, it's very distinctive of which side of that um, line the coaches would fall. I think all of us would agree, even if we did it separately, who would end up on what side of the line. Like a DeMarco Ryans, would he be on the good side or the bad side?
Good side.
Good, for sure.
It's so obvious. It's like, how do these fucking guys who get paid millions of dollars as a GM not be able to see that? Robert Saleh.
What would Brandon Staley be on?
Robert Saleh, good side or bad side?
Good.
I'd say probably good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's good. Yeah.
He rallies the guys. They want to play hard for him.
Right.
He's a player's coach. All the same shit we just been saying. Brandon Staley, bad side, obvious.
Yeah.
McDaniels, bad side, obvious.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you not look at a coach and fucking be able to?
Belichick tree.
All right, here's one. What about Mike McCarthy?
Bad side.
That's bad.
Easy.
Yeah. That's bad. It's been bad.
Yeah.
It was like 4 years before the Packers actually fired him. I was saying, you gotta get rid of that guy.
I'm trying to think of one that would like stump us. I can't even think of one.
How about Ron Rivera?
Bad side. Past his prime.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's more so.
He was a player.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
What about? I got one. I don't know what the fuck. Why can't I think of Sean McDermott?
Man, I think he's on the good side. I think he's on the good side, to be honest with you.
I don't know, man. He's growing thin for me. Like at some point, you got to start winning here.
I think as of recently, it definitely seems like there's more writing on the wall that he's heading out. I mean, it's like you're not improving. What you're supposed to get better every year, kind of thing.
That's what I mean. Like
it's
expectations. Like but with the Packers, when we kept trying to improve, but we kept staying the same and just not middling. Like I don't know. That's one that I don't know. He's got to do something. I think he's got something to prove.
Yeah. But I think he still had the locker room and the respect of the players. I mean, he's been there for how long now? He's been there for a substantial amount of time. So, I mean, the only reason he's out is just because he's not, winning as many games as he should be. He's not enough to push them over the edge, I should say. That's kind of the thing. Like that's where I compare like the Kirk Cousins thing. It was like, yeah, it's an experiment, and on paper, he's a top 10 quarterback. He's probably 10, but it's not enough, is what the thing is. At the end of the day, it's not enough.
Pete Carroll,
good
side?
I was gonna say he should be on the good side.
Even though I don't really like him, I don't like him.
His players love him.
Yeah, exactly. His players love him. I mean, there's a reason he's still there after all this time.
It's like Vrabel.
Good, bad, and ugly. Vrabel, fuck yeah.
He's good.
Fuck
yeah, he's good.
Vrabel.
This would be a tough one. Arthur Smith.
That is tough. I feel like I don't know enough.
I feel like sometimes I think he is good, and then other times I'm like, no, he's not good.
Yeah.
That one's like, I'm straddling the line.
Yeah. I just don't know enough, I guess. I don't know. You don't see many interviews of
have a better
players.
Quarterback to really know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're going Heineke now.
Yep.
We'll see. Yeah, but it's to me, it's distinctive. It's like, I was talking about this analogy this weekend too with like Marvin Harrison on Sunday Lee after the game we went to. They were asking how it went or whatever, and I'm like, Marvin Harrison might be the most talented player I've ever seen play in person, but it's also like he grew up in a situation I think that fostered that because his dad wasn't the most athletic player you've ever seen. He wasn't a freak. He wasn't 6'3" who could run a 4.240 or anything like that. But he was extremely hardworking and talented in the film
And
room.
knew how to run a fucking route.
Knew how to run a route. So then
Perfect.
you transform that on top of a freak athlete. That's what you got. The perfect marriage.
Yeah.
Where I look at like LeBron, for example. Imagine him trying to teach his kids how to play basketball like how he did. He learned how to play
Not gonna be able to
basketball.
because they don't have the
Yeah,
fucking
he learned how to
physical.
play basketball like I could fucking dunk on someone in 7th grade over the
Right.
head. You can't do that. So like it's a different style of play, right? So like if you're a good I almost feel like the good head coaches in the NFL were positions that like a linebacker or a tight end or positions that require you to work extremely hard to become good at that role and be a team player, right? You you don't see many quarterbacks, for example, transition to head coaches. You don't see many players that were in those like star. Dion's one of the abnormal people, but in those star roles that transition successfully into head coaching.
Right.
That's
Because
because
it took a lot of work, effort, hard energy. Like they understand that grind and they're able to translate that with people really well. And
yep.
it's not that complicated, but I don't know why they don't seek that out. Like that's what they should be looking for is like, can you gel a room together? Do you work hard? Have you been through this process? Can you relate well to players so you can push them, motivate them? And then you get like McDaniels. Has he even played football before? Like it's like
I don't know.
how the fuck are you going to relate to someone?
Did he
Like,
go to Harvard?
can you imagine him and Devontae Adams having a conversation? What do you think that conversation looks
Right?
like?
Like I don't
These
know.
jokes,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's just weird.
I'm just saying, like, how fucking we don't get paid anything, and I could tell you that from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And you wonder what Mark Davis.
Josh McDaniel did play football. He did play college football.
Oh, he did.
I think he was a quarterback.
There you go. There aren't many
but-
quarterbacks that make it as coaches. I would just say that.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is the reason you don't see like star athletes also being coaches is because they didn't have to like what you're talking about, the grind, or like they can't teach things that they just have.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
So it's harder for them to like.
How many all-star
Translate
like,
that.
the best of the best players do you see their kids coming behind them and be great? You don't.
Right.
That's why. Like Jordan's kids, none of them did anything.
No.
Right.
I mean, I could go through the list. It's very rare that you see someone who is that supremely talented followed by their child then performing at the same level because I could see like Brady potentially with his kids. I don't know if he even has a boy, but
He does.
like that's what it takes is like going through the struggles, going through the ups and downs, seeing everything from that lens it's tough. Like Arch Manning, his dad went through the short end of the stick of the Manning family, like those are the things I think help players get perspective to help the younger generation kind of succeed. But to me, it's not that complicated to hire a good NFL coach, and somehow they always fuck it up and just keep hiring these same people over and over again.
Mhm.
How many more chances is Mike McDaniel going to get?
Josh McDaniel?
Josh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. He's going to go back to now
I
the
think that's
Patriots
it.
and just
Yeah.
be the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
And then
I think he's had his chance. I think he's done as
Yeah.
being a head coach.
He failed.
And you know what? Some
twice.
people aren't head coaches. Some people are just
yeah,
offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators, and that's still okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
But
You're right. But they always say
I would definitely take that job. I mean, fuck.
Right. Well, that's what. Yeah. What I was just about to say is, they say like you get the opportunity, you have to take it. Like it's not like head coaching for whatever team. You get that interview and you're like the final something guys or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we think we want to take you, and you're like, I got a really great offense thing going in Dallas or some shit right now. Like that one is where it's kind of like they've said every interview I've read or seen, it's like you have to take it. This is your opportunity. Your next year you might not get a call. So
Right.
you have to take it whether you're ready or not. You take it. But also to your point, Travis, like there's nothing wrong with being an offensive defensive coordinator. I respect the hell of it. Especially like when you were fucking amazing at that one thing. I don't need you to try to be great at both and trying to just let's get the other side of the ball. Let's find somebody who's great at that too, and we can make a fucking Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I mean, a head coach isn't like the head coach is supposed to be like, let's go back to Target. They're the store manager. They're overseeing everything, so they can't focus on just little things. Like they have to oversee and be in charge of so many different things that that's different than being an offensive coordinator with offense. This is your baby. Like this is what you do. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like
and that's where I think sometimes, even with the Packers, they struggle because we have offensive coaches, but like, do they know what's going on in defense? Like, does he know? Like he keeps saying we're gonna do things a little different. We're gonna do this, that. Well, I'm seeing the same fucking defense. Not that it's like the worst part of us, but I'm just saying I'm seeing the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't see any changes. Like, what are you what are you talking about with these changes? We're playing 5 yards off when you need 2 yards. Like, I'm not seeing any difference. There's no aggressiveness. There's no, I want to go kill this guy. I want to go fuck him up. I want to go hurt someone. Not like that, but just that mentality of like, I'm a dog and I'm going to go get that ball.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's exactly what I was seeing last year with the Vikings defense, where it was like, defensive coordinator. It was just every week, we need to improve this. We need to do that. And it was the same shit over and over and over. Playoff comes and he's like, I think you're going to like what you see. And it was one of the worst defensive performances they had all year. That was like the first time they lost by double digits to the fucking Giants. And I was like, get him the fuck out of here right now. And since with Flores in there, like their defense has stepped up big time.
Much better.
And it's something you can actually rely on the defense to get off the fucking field. People aren't, like 10 yards away from the receiver and leaving them wide open shit. Like that used to drive me absolute crazy. I'm like, wait. It was like, oh, our run defense looks pretty good. We got depth at the line and everything, and we're stopping people. I'm like, so they can throw the ball every fucking play, and it's like at least guaranteed like 6-7 yards. Like no one's in the middle whatsoever. It was just drove me insane to see that. And then now it's like, we get all this shit fixed. We get defense fixed pretty well, offensive line fixed. Kirk goes down like motherfucker.
Yep.
Shit happens. All right, boys, let's get into our picks, shall we?
I just muted them.
Do it.
Let's get into some picking. All right.
I'm so glad you showed me how to do this thing on Yahoo.
Much easier, right?
It's so much easier.
I had to go back to the message Lee sent every time in the Snapchat group, and I stayed and walked into that. I was just like, this is ridiculous. There's got to be a better way to do this.
Every time that I would use that link too, or at least one of the links that was saved, it would like auto-filled it, take me to week 1. And I'm like, stop. Like, just take me to the active week. Yeah, so it was nice to get this one. All right. I really wish they wouldn't show me like the selections on there of like
they show who we picked already?
No, really? But of not percentage. That percentages, of what people are. I fucking hate that. I can't help but look at it. Like I literally can't help. Like it's red and green. Like it just pops. Yeah, like I cannot look at it, and so I feel like that's fucking me up. So I think I might go back to the desktop view because they don't show it there. Anyways, first game we got Thursday night: Tennessee Titans in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. As we were talking about earlier, Travis, we were talking about, is this a fluke? Is this a fluke, this Will Levis thing? Is this a one-off where he really does well? But damn, did Pittsburgh suck balls? And I think they just do. I don't think it's just a, away thing or I just don't like Pittsburgh. So I'm taking Tennessee to win this game 28-14. Give it to me, Will Levis.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers simply because they're at home. They just lost. And usually off a bye, Tomlin and his team covers, and they did not cover that last game. So I look for them to bounce back here, even though, like, I agree with everything you said about the Steelers. I never like them. But somehow they cover shit, and I just don't get it.
I know.
So I'm going to go Pittsburgh here to stifle Will Levis in his second game. We're going to get a little bit of a regression. They're going to play some good D. TJ Watt's going to step up, make some plays, maybe have a strip sack fumble. Yeah, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. 23-17.
Yeah, all the shit Travis said. I'm going to take Steelers as well.
That doesn't make me feel good as a
lone wolf.
As a lone wolf there. I don't know if that's probably like the least positive I felt about lone wolf in a while.
I'll go 20-14. I think.
Oh, this game's in Germany. This next one.
This next one, yes. Yes.
Ooh.
The Germans.
It's gonna be interesting.
Game of the week is in Germany.
Doesn't that just seem like it's gonna flip your expectations too because it's in Germany?
Yeah.
I don't know what one was tough.
I mean, I already had this. I'm gonna keep my pick. I'm gonna keep it.
I'm gonna keep mine too, and I got a feeling it might be.
I'll go first this time then.
All right.
Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs and Miami Dolphins playing in Germany. 8:30 a.m. game. Wake up early, folks. This is gonna be a great game, I think, as well. Give me the Miami Dolphins to come out and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. This is where they're going to score a lot of points again, I think. And I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be able to keep up. Not saying that the Kansas City Chiefs won't beat them later in the year, but like in the playoffs. However, I'm going to go with Miami riding high here. Kansas City kind of downtrodden here. Maybe Taylor Swift's probably not going to be in Germany. So give me Miami to get the victory 34-27.
Which do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
Don't matter to me. You
All
go.
right. I'm riding that train. I got Miami winning this. I got them Dolphins going into Germany and making a show. Tyreek Hill is going to be peace signing everybody over in Germany. I think Tyreek's going to have just an insane day.
He's going to get fined like $50,000, huh?
Yes, yeah. They're going to be like, you just pay for the plane ticket over here because that'll probably equal out the same. And I got another high-scoring one as well. I'm going on that 34-31, Miami in Frankfurt. I think it's in Frankfurt.
Never thought I'd get a lone wolf with the Chiefs, but I'm going to take it when I get it, I guess.
Lone.
I had this selected, just so you know, ahead of this. But, yeah, I'll take the quarterback I trust more. Dolphins haven't played well when they played someone tough this season. We talked about it when we did the power rankings a little earlier. They are the number one team on my list, so that's a little whatever that word is. Contradictory. Contradictory. There it is.
There you go.
But no, I think I trust the Chiefs take a rebound after that shithole performance against the Broncos. Come out a little bit pissed off, light it up. Kels get 2 touchdowns. Mahomes 3 or 4, win the game. Let's go 31-28.
Nice.
Good game. It's gonna be a fun game. Wake up early after daylight savings.
Oh, I forgot that.
Oh,
I forgot about it.
Me too. Wait, we get an extra hour though. That means.
Yep.
Wasn't that supposed to go away? By the way.
Yeah. Didn't everyone believe that was going to happen?
And then it just never went away. Okay.
I don't think it officially passed. I think it.
Yeah, they passed it, but then they didn't actually officially do it.
Yeah.
And they just let it sit, and they never did anything with it.
Yep. People forget about it until next year.
I haven't forgot about it.
And we did.
I did. This comes up.
I know, but every year.
It's gonna be dark in 5.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's why I don't want it. I'd rather be dark in the morning. I don't care.
Yeah, right.
But then they're like the kids, da 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 da. But I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck them kids.
Fuck the kids.
Who said that?
Fuck them kids.
Who said that? I'm trying to remember.
Jesus.
I don't know.
I can't remember who it was a joke, and that's kind of the running joke sense. It's like just like blah blah blah. Fuck them kids.
I think it was fuck them picks.
There's that too, but there's
F them picks.
That's Josh and I's dynasty motto. Dynasty League. Fuck them picks.
All right, moving right along here.
Moving along. Next thing we got the first noon game on our board here. Vikings in Atlanta. The battle of the backups in Atlanta. We're gonna have Jaron Hall against Taylor Heineke, former Minnesota Viking Taylor Heineke, who the last time he played what team was that? That would have been Washington. When he played for Washington, he got the nod against the Vikings and beat the Vikings in Minnesota. Jaron Hall doesn't know much yet, so I'm going to give it favorable to the Falcons. If this was Kirko at the helm, I would say easily the Vikings. But yeah, I'll take the Falcons 28-20.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta just because I have no idea who this Jalen Hall guy is or whoever he is. This is the first time I've heard of him.
BYU.
And then we got Tyler Heineke on the other side. Taylor Heineke, whatever how you say his name. He had a great Halloween costume. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that. Deer
in the headlights, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty fucking awesome.
Clever dog.
So give me Atlanta based on the Halloween costume. And Arthur Smith. Gonna try to toe that line to get on the good side.
Yeah.
The score. 24-20.
Okay. Classic Viking loss.
One score game, baby.
Yep. We got Winch.
Oh man, I'm going back and forth on this one. I'll go Vikes. That's what I got on my app.
We got a
lone wolf, baby.
In Atlanta.
Just
has a hunch.
I got some games to come back, boys.
Okay.
I think Jaron Hall is going to play well enough to get the victory. Lee, who did the Vikings?
Where do you go to college?
BYU. Lee, who did the Vikings trade off their offensive line? Didn't they trade someone?
Yeah, Ezra Cleveland. He was sharing time with Reisner, so it's not going to be a big deal.
Who's the last quarterback to come out of Utah that's been good? I'm talking about the entire state. That means it's including Jordan Love,
Alex Smith.
Yeah,
that would be who I would say.
Yeah,
just saying. I don't know.
I mean, he's a 5th rounder. That's why I'm
he's
like,
a 5th round pick.
Yeah, I don't have.
I liked him. He only played one season there, though. He's 20. Okay. He's 25 already.
Yeah.
All right. He was a Mormon.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was a Mormon. He did the.
So he must have done his missions and then.
Yep.
2 years or whatever.
A couple of years of soaking. We got Josh Dobbs back up. I mean, worst case scenario, they just toss him in.
The reason I ask that question is because they've given up. I'm pretty sure they gave up 0 sacks to the Packers. They had 0 sacks against the 49ers. Their offensive line has played tremendous.
Yeah. Didn't we strip sack them?
Yeah, they strip sack Jaron Hall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary did.
Yeah.
Either way,
or who did? I don't know. I missed it.
I don't remember.
I wasn't there.
I feel really good about their offensive line, how it's performed.
Yeah.
Their defensive line, I think Hunter's leading the league in sacks, if I'm not
mistaken.
10
sacks for Hunter.
That's always what I look at, offense, defensive line. Who wins in the trenches? And I think they have the better team up front there.
Viking secondary's been playing pretty well, too. Getting picks, knocking passes
down.
down.
Emerging. So, give me the Vikings. I think the rally.
God, you make me want to fucking pick them.
I think they're rally get a win here in Atlanta.
That would show a lot for the rest of the season, though. Honestly, like for this stretch, it's like if you can win this,
then
get on
a run.
Yeah, it's like then we believe that you can win the next like 4 maybe because they're all kind of around. They're all like losing teams. Their next like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So it's like might as well. All right. What score did you give it? I didn't catch that.
Oh, sorry. 21-17.
All right.
A little bit of a
Classic.
defense battle.
Another classic one. All right here. Next game we got the Cardinals against the Browns. Kyler Murray still not sure if he's going to play, but now that Dobbs is out, good old Tune will start if Kyler Murray cannot play. That's good. It
I
got
don't
him.
think he's playing.
No,
He's not.
nice.
There's no way.
Well, Tune's going to get tuned up by Cleveland and the Browns. Deshaun Watson's still not sure if he's playing because he's the biggest question mark of all time this season. With that being said, I still don't think it matters who's at the helm. The Browns defense against them crappy Cardinals. Picking the Brownies here. What I got? 24-13.
24-16, Browns win the game.
I'll go 27-10. Browns win. A little bit more of a dominant performance for the Brownies. Clayton Tune is from Houston. Houston's old offensive coordinator is now Miami's offensive coordinator. Fun fact for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say if so facto. All right, next game we got here is going Rams in Green Bay against them pesty Packers here.
Who is the quarterback for the Rams?
Matt Stafford.
No, it's not. It's not going to be anyways. Oh, Rippin, Matt. Okay, Brett Rippin.
He's not playing? Rippin. I thought they said he was, no?
I thought it was like question mark.
I mean, he didn't play in today's
yeah, that's not good on a Wednesday.
He didn't practice today. Let's see here.
That's not a deal.
Matt Stafford. Let's see.
Dude, freaking
I'm getting it from the Sun Times right now. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford was not a participant in Wednesday's practice after suffering a UCL strain in his right thumb, but the team is not ruling him out for Sunday's game at the Green Bay Packers. Instead, the Rams will allow 15-year veteran every opportunity to return to action. So it sounds like this is going to be a game-time decision, folks, so you decide on that one.
Picks may change.
Damn, that's tough.
That sucks. I didn't realize that.
I'll stick with who I got.
The Packers are 3-point favorites, if that makes any difference.
Yeah, I figured they would be.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately. Just because the Rams just don't have a real identity yet, you know? So it's like they're a question mark. Green Bay, it's in Green Bay at least. But Green Bay's a question mark, so it's like just give them a slight edge. But damn, with Stafford, I thought it was going to be more of a win here for the Rams. But yeah, if he's out, it'll probably change that game time decision, but I'll stick with my original call of the Rams 24-17. Rams just have weapons they've been able to connect with. Like Henderson came off, it wasn't even fucking a Ram a few weeks ago and is taking lead carries and still playing well. Puka's there.
What's the Rams' record?
Cup's there.
They got 2 wins?
I think they're 3 wins.
3 and 5, I think.
3 and 5,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
Rams are like surprisingly like not bad. You know what I mean? So that's just not.
It all depends. If Stafford plays, I'm picking the Rams, no doubt. If Stafford does not play, I don't know who Brett Rippin is.
Right. I was hoping freaking what's his name?
But all they got to do is score probably 13 points, and they probably win.
Drafted from Georgia. I was hoping he was gonna.
That's from Bennett. I
thought he was gonna take over this year.
Time away or some shit.
Yeah, he's expected not to play the whole year.
He's drinking or too much or something. Well, when you're 7 years in college and pretty much probably drinking your whole fucking 7 years there, you're like, oh shit, real world. Oh man, I don't know how to stop drinking.
Is that really like what it was though? Do you?
Yeah,
I never heard a single thing, so I didn't know. That sucks.
Yeah, they said it was because he couldn't stop drinking.
Holy shit. Yeah, when you're what?
Then you wonder, like, how do you win?
Well, when you're a 26-year-old freshman in college still, I mean.
Just slamming
you
beers.
Went back national championships and he still can't.
Sorry to make light of the situation.
He's a folk hero. Seriously.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Man, that guy's gonna sit on my my bench in fantasy for the rest of his career, probably.
If Stafford plays
That's not a fan.
27-17 Rams, if Stafford doesn't play,
Who you
15-13 Packers.
Love all the confidence you got there. I'm gonna stick with.
I'm going Rams. I'm just gonna lock it in. I don't care.
I went
I
Rams.
can't trust the Packers to save your life.
I'm going Rams 20-17.
Speaking of locks, 2 weeks ago when I had the Packers as a lock over the fucking Broncos, and you were like, "You're gonna lock that," and I was like, "Yeah." Holy shit, that was the worst lock of all time.
Classic 1916 Broncos game.
Holy shit!
Oh man,
didn't see that one coming. Got hit by a Mack truck on that one. All right, this is the next game we got. Commanders at the Patriots here. Commanders look like they can score points, man. Like Sam Howell's out there impressing me when he can.
but now they just lost their defense.
Yeah, and the Patriots, I feel like it's still Bill Belichick, like any given Sunday kind of thing with him, where I just hate it so much. God, I think I want to change my answer. Yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots 27-13. I actually no. Let's go 17-13.
Yeah, give me New England 17-16.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be an ugly game. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, no one watches. Thank God it's at noon.
Yeah, I think the commies unloaded too much. Give me the Patriots 16-13.
God, that sucks. Fucking dumb commies. Speaking of another dumb team, we got Chicago Bears in New Orleans. I think it's going to be a layup. The Saints are still kind of an unpredictable team for me, but the Bears are going to be the Bears here. I'm picking the Saints 29-20.
Yeah, sole reason. I mean, it's in New Orleans. Chicago doesn't have enough to keep up. New Orleans' offense will look good all of a sudden because they're playing Chicago's defense.
Yep.
Give me New Orleans 27-17.
New Orleans. I'll go New Orleans as well. 24-14.
All right. This next game we got Seattle in Baltimore against them Ravens. Those classic Ravens who are making noise. Seattle also, you're not at home, so I'm not gonna pick you probably away almost ever. You're a fair team, but yeah, the Ravens at home playing like they're playing. 31-23.
Yeah, Seattle not at home like you said. Baltimore playing well. I like Lamar Jackson to keep it going. Give me Baltimore 27-20.
This one's a tough one for me. I almost picked Seattle. I have Ravens down. I think it'll be a good game. 28-24. Ravens. I like Seattle. I think they've made some good moves. I think they're getting better as the season goes on. Ravens are obviously playing well. We've all talked about them in our power rankings, but be a good game. This one and the Dolphins Chiefs game, I got penciled as the two games that I'm most excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Sunday night game. That'd be a good one. If
no.
We can all hope.
Sunday night game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking
game.
about. Never mind.
I just feel like a classic Sunday night, like it just won't. It won't live up to what we want.
There's one
to
in
be,
like
you
a
know?
week that they didn't change, and it's like,
yeah, I saw that.
Really,
like
I'm like, why didn't you change that game?
Broncos or some bullshit like that.
I'm not watching that. It's something bad.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to flex now.
Yeah, and they didn't do it. Weird.
Find it quick. Jets
Houston,
Raiders.
Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Oh,
That's what it's next week.
Raiders, yeah.
Jets Raiders, yeah.
Jets Raiders, yeah.
Ooh,
wow, fun.
All right. Yeah. Next game. Yeah. Buccaneers at the Texans. Um, God, Texans feel like they came down to earth after losing to the Panthers. Man, it's like what the hell. And Buccaneers are such a mid team too, exceeding expectations. Um, it's in Houston, so I'll take the Texans. With a close one, 21-17. That's a tough one though.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a coin flip for me, just because they're the home team. I picked Houston as well,
Yeah.
to come back and win this game after losing against the Panthers, because that's just what the NFL. No one's consistent at all, pretty much.
Right.
So that's why it's hard to pick fucking the best teams, because every other week it's like, oh,
Yeah.
what was that?
I feel
oh,
especially
now
this
you're good.
year.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was it? Like again?
Yeah.
Lack of practice, lack of coaching, lack of discipline, lack of toughness, lack of
Everything.
just hard-nosed people.
I'm gonna do Buccaneers.
Whoa.
The lone wolf.
17-13.
I like it. Had a decent amount of lone wolves.
Yep. Gotta come back now.
Next game we got the Colts at the Panthers. I think Minshew Mania is gonna still pull it off. Like even with Minshew, they've been hanging in there every game. Panthers, they're riding high, but sorry, might be the lone game you win this year. So yeah, I'll take the Colts here, 23-16.
Yeah, since the Colts lost last week, give me Indianapolis to bounce back and beat Carolina now because of that. Give me Indianapolis 23-20.
I'll take Indy 30-20.
Ooh, 30. Shoot.
I think they're high scoring offense. They've put up some good numbers. JT's starting to round into form. Minshew's playing well enough. They got
What's weird is only a 2.5 point spread, and I want to kind of take them for my
definitely. I would
circa
take.
millions.
Yeah. Where are you at
It
with
just
that?
makes me worried. What?
Are you
Yeah, where
still
you at?
Mention?
Yeah, I mean so the week before we went 1-4, which was obviously really bad, and we were in 72nd place when this happened, and then we dropped down to only 443rd or some shit like that.
Yeah, there had to be a lot of
Last
people
week
pick
we went
similar.
3-1-1. Guess what? The only loss was mine. So I'm letting the team down, but overall 3-1-1, we went good. Now we're back up to 200 and something place. We're still 4.5 games out, maybe 5.
All right.
Not bad.
So I mean, we're
plenty of time to.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to start picking picks, and that's why I hate this, because I started 3-0, and now I've lost 4 out of the last 5. I'm 4-4 now on the season.
NFL's tough though. I feel like it's the most unpredictable league.
It is.
Yeah.
And it just sucks that I keep.
Like, you look at those games 2 weeks ago to see the 49ers.
So many. We had such a bad week.
It's just like, what the fuck?
And this week, I'm just like stumped. I don't know
There's
what
a
to
few.
do. It's between.
You get
I
your
like
real tight
Cincinnati.
ones. Yeah.
I like Cincinnati, too, to beat Buffalo or to cover. I like Indianapolis, like I said, but that's, again, like a team that's. Do I want to trust them? And then I almost like Atlanta over Minnesota. I like Miami Chiefs, but that's not a good. I like Pittsburgh maybe at Tennessee, but that's not a game I like either. See, like all these games I don't like. And then New Orleans, I like them, but then they'll just like not play that well, and then the Bears will cover because it's like a 9-point spread or 8-point spread. I don't know.
Yeah.
The dilemmas. Anyways,
I'd take the Colts. That's what I'd pick.
This seems like a trap.
Nah.
All right. Yes. Where are we? Giants, Raiders.
Yep.
Is that where I'm at?
Yep.
Dude, this is.
Pillow fight.
Yeah. Like, not interested whatsoever. Saquon Barkley is the only reason you could even hope, but he's questionable still, I think. Danny Dimes, I don't know if is he coming back? Terod Taylor plays better anyways.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Is it weird that if your starting quarterback comes back, I don't want you, but if your backup plays, then I'll take you. The Raiders are just I don't know. This is one of those stupid games where it's like, yeah, we just fired our coach or GM, we're benching our starting quarterback, we'll fucking win it. Just to
Yeah,
be like,
somehow.
hey, look at us. And then they'll lose the rest of the season kind of bullshit. Yeah, fuck the Raiders.
You talking
Give
about the Colts?
me give me the Giants 21-10. Don't know why.
Yeah, this was a flip of the coin. I'm not even going to discuss this. Just give me the Giants because of all the shit that's happening in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
20-17.
I got my finger on the trigger here already for this guy.
I'm going to go with the Raiders 17.
I was like, he's picking Raiders for sure.
17-13. I had it down.
I just knew it though. I was like, they're gonna win this game because
No, I don't know. No, I mean,
just because it's one of those things. It's just this happens like once a year where someone's just got to look better than they are.
Everyone, Aiden O'Connell gets his first crack at it. Devontae's gonna have like 200 yards because he's gonna try and force feed him the ball, and I don't know. They'll get 17-13. That's where I'm at. I don't like either team. So I'm just hoping to get some of these lone wolves to hit. That's what I need. I'm either going to be in contention, like down 12 games next week.
That's the one bad thing about a lot of lone wolves, though, because you have to be better than 500. You know, it's just true. Even 500, you're just like, well, I didn't gain any ground, but you didn't lose any ground. You know, so. Anywho, next game we got Cowboys in Philly against the Eagles. Eagles are the Eagles.
Game.
They find ways to win. They'll win this game. Dallas all of a sudden shows up sometimes. Sometimes they never even got on the plane. So, yeah, I'm going to go with just, I think, old reliable Eagles here. 31-21.
Yeah, big game, Mike. I don't think he's going to step up this game. You're not going to have a game plan for him. Well, he will, but I don't think they'll execute it that well. Dallas will be Dallas, and Philadelphia end up winning the game 33-24.
I like both your picks and scores. Yeah, I'm right in the same realm. I'll go 31-21.
Nice.
Eagles win.
All right. Here comes that tough one. That Sunday night. Bills at Bengals. Bengals reemerging. Bills, who knows what they're doing. Seems like they're, really good. And then sometimes they're just classic Josh Allen. Seems like where he's got to shoot himself in the foot. With that being said, I'm gonna take the Bills. I think it's just one of those games where they have everything click that night, and they're gonna make it work. It's not gonna be one of those, Josh Allen has 2 picks and a fumble or something like that. I think he's gonna have a clean game, and the Bills come out 30-26.
Well, I think the Bengals are trending upward. Had a good game against the Niners. Usually, sometimes that means they're going to have a drop off, but not this week. Give me Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game 30-23.
I'm going to go Bengals as well. I'm going to go 28-24. I think that
gives me the lone wolf there, but another one.
I think they starting to turn the corner. This seems to be their thing each year, to start horrible in the first 4 games and then kind of turn it on the rest of the season. This is, to me, could be an AFC championship or an AFC divisional type of matchup. Both teams are going to be there. I expect the Jaguars, the KC, the Bills, and Bengals to all make a run at that. So we get a sneak preview of what that could look like in Ohio, at home, rolling a little bit. I'll just lean with what I feel. Leah, wouldn't be surprised if you're right, though. Bills are so up and down. I mean, you'll know in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Right. And I honestly think it will come down to just the turnovers kind of thing. It's like, what Josh Allen are we getting? Are we getting the, multiple turnovers that night, or are we going to get a flawless game? But
Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be a fun one. That's a
yeah,
good
this
son.
this is one of those when I hear you guys talk about it more and more, I'm like, no, Josh Allen is going to have those turnovers that game. He's for sure going to have those turnovers. This is going to be a 3 turnover night for sure. Why am I fucking questioning it? But no, I'll leave my pick for now. Monday night game, we got the Chargers against the Jets. The Jets are squeaking out games, surprisingly. With just Zach Wilson at the helm, defense is making big plays, showing that they're the shit. This is classic, like Staley in prime time where he chokes. So I can't even put it on the players, but God, I still want to take the Chargers. The Chargers offense, I think, can be as great as anyone out there besides Miami, and win games. So with that being said, I'm still going to take the Chargers 28-17. This will probably be closer than that, though. It'll probably be 28-23.
Yeah, man, I always have this contradictory feeling about the Chargers.
Tricky word.
On one hand, I love Justin Herbert. I love their players, and I feel like they should be good. On the other hand, they're coached by fucking Brandon Staley. Like, I just can't stand that guy, and I want to wring his neck. And I don't know if the players feel the same with me. I'm not sure, because
I feel like they have to.
I mean, just boneheaded decisions. But with that being said, I still just love Justin Herbert. So give me Justin Herbert to score more points than whatever that guy's name is over there at quarterback with the New York Jets, the Cougar guy. Not only did he play for the Cougars, but he likes the Cougars.
Yeah, he does.
Zach Wilson. Give me the Chargers 27-19.
Wrap it up, Winch. What are you thinking? Give us your final picks.
I could see this one coming down to a tight game. I'm going to go Chargers 23-20. Jets, here's how I look at it. Jets defense against the Chargers offense. That's the lineup you really got to pay attention to, because the other side of the ball is a tickle fight for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Herbert. Trust him a lot. I think they're going to get the win late in the game. Maybe an audible out of a stupid fucking Brandon Staley call or something, and take the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 18 or something. But I think the Chargers get the win. And this is going to be one of the tightest games, I think, this weekend.
Hopefully it's moving along, though, enough where it doesn't feel stale. I don't want it to just hang around at like 13-10 until the fourth quarter.
Punt.
And it's like, oh, if they kick a field goal, it goes to overtime. And I'm like, please don't end this game.
16-16. We're going to OT.
Love of God, end this game. Like I could see it. It's
and
Monday.
10 minutes goes by, tie.
Yeah. I gotta work in the morning. This game sucks, and I'm still watching.
It's now Tuesday morning.
Yeah. And I'm just like, my eyes like this with my phone up to my face, and I'm like, please stop the game. I'm just like, stop. That's happened way too many times. I'm like curled over on the other side of the bed, like trying not to wake Taylor, but I'm like, God, just fucking end this kicked out field goal and win it already. So many times. I feel like it's every Monday or Sunday.
That's just funny.
Terrible. All right, boys. Well, let's wrap this one up. Week 7 and 8. We talked about combine them a little bit because of our bye week. Previewed week 9. Exciting week 9. We got a lot of close games this week. I think we're gonna have some big changes up in the pick'ems. We had enough lone wolves going on where it's gonna be an interesting week for us. I'll be keeping an eye on my phone during those noon o'clock games for sure. And I think we can wrap this one up. Listeners, watchers, please remember to rate, review, like, subscribe, comment, share. Most importantly, share. The links, follow us, YouTube, Spotify. That's where you subscribe. Twitter, Instagram, all that. We're there. TikTok, I still don't have the freaking clips up, but I've been really disappointed about our little auto clip generator thing that this Riverside program has. Not thrilled, but I'm gonna try it again. This time again, because I think we got some good. I think we got some really good clips this week. I think we got some good ones. I like it.
And also, cheers to everybody. I turn 36 tomorrow.
Yes, you do. Fuck, I had that written down too. God, yes, Travis.
You made it.
Happy birthday, buddy. Premature one. By the time this one comes out, you just on
don't
time.
really feel like that's a great thing. But hey, I feel like I'm 26 still.
25. That's the George Strait song. Still feel
thing.
25 most of the time.
You want Lee and I to sing that for you?
Still raise a little cane.
Oh boy,
with the boys. Hell yeah, dude! I say that all the time. Still feel 25. Most of the time. Most of the time. Till my knees crack.
Early birthday, sir.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
And on that note, that's the last I heard. Thanks, everyone. I didn't get that clap.